tier.
We haven't even talked about what you're talking about. And I know what you're talking about. And it's, will Scoot be replaced, or is he just playing on the team to see if he likes it and stays? Right?
Yes.
And I agree. Like, I think that can be maybe not even a rumor. Like, that seems like is what's happening. It doesn't even seem like some crazy guess as to what might be happening.
Okay, so for me, right, I feel like there are tiers. There are tiers of like rumors. There's rumors from your usual suspects, like your certain people on Twitter, people like Nell, people, you know, the other people who like hacking people's Skype and stuff. They're like, oh, I've heard this. And then there's the people who are just like, oh, X follows Y on Twitter, and maybe that means Y is joining the team. That's like, for me, that's a level below rumors, and it's just like internet detectives, basically, you know. So I think there is a tier below rumors, but there just isn't a term for it because I'm ahead of my time as usual, Dan.
It's a theory, not a rumor, because they didn't get it from a source. They just think that for no reason. Well, for a reason, but not.
But I think in our world of the internet, we can go further than that. We can dissect this. We can into different levels. Can PKL stop the defuse from coming in? I don't think he can, but he can get some kills in the meantime. PKL, can he get to the bomb? No.
I mean,
with that duel not being successful on that player above the train, I feel like he should have made the run to stop the actual defuse. I mean, he doesn't know the bomb's still being defused, but with so many people alive, there's a fair chance it is still being defused. But there we go.
So to help people out here, the definition of rumor: story or statement in general circulation without confirmation or certainty as to the facts. So I don't like how you can have less than that. That is just
speculation. It's speculation.
I feel like
and it's just generally held speculation.
Yes. But I feel like you can give that a certain amount of respect from the usual suspect sources. But when it comes to literally a little random person on the internet,
that's what rumor is.
I don't care about the definition. I'm evolving. I'm ahead of evolution, Dan. Don't you understand?
No, I understand what you're saying.
I can see why your brain can't process this. It's because you haven't made it to...
No, I see what you're saying. You're saying that you have credible sources and non-credible sources, which is the general masses and
No. Semi-credible sources. Never mind credible sources.
What sources? There's no sources in this post. They're just saying, like, this seems like what's happening.
What post are you referring to?
The post on Reddit. This is what they're saying.
What post on Reddit? I'm not talking about any particular post. I'm talking about the internet at large.
You mentioned Reddit specifically, explicitly.
Yeah, the internet people,
but I'm not talking about a post. You're saying the post. I didn't refer a particular post.
Well,
I'm talking about the general, the
without
sphere.
saying any of that, I guess what you were talking about, and I saw that post on Reddit about what we were talking about.
But there's more than one post. There are loads of posts.
On Reddit?
I looked the other day, and there was like 4 rumor mill posts on Rising / controversial. You know,
so
being upvoted or downvoted. Yeah, I'm not disputing Reddit, but you're suggesting one particular post, Launder. Stop trolling me.
Okay, multiple posts. But yeah.
Which is like some speculation in general circulation without any, which is not provable. It's speculation.
I'm not talking about the definition of rumors. I've said that 3 times now. I know what the definition is. It's not the point. That's not the point. I am creating new definitions, Dan. I'm creating sub-genres of rumors.
Which is why I said you have some sources which are credible and some which are less credible, and that's what you're talking about. It's a different.
But are you saying they already have a name, or we're making a name now for the word?
I'm making a name.
Oh, okay. I haven't thought of it yet.
Well, I didn't say a name, but you guys derailed me so much I can't even remember what the name was.
I don't think this is our fault.
I honestly don't know.
Lorna's is trying to trigger.
I don't know what you're getting at. I don't know. If I'm honest.
I think it's fun because your reactions are funny.
Yes. It is true. That is true. It is entertaining. Tarek will be entertaining the UMP. And now I'm seeing an AK-47. Tarek has won the round. I think Tarek has won the round, guys. I think Tarek has just won the round. You know, I mean, you never know, but he's got these guys stuck behind choke points. It's where he wants them. He's got them. He's dead.
Oh, the 180. That could be enough damage, but Automatic cannot get the shot out fast enough. And that leaves FNS alone with 16 seconds, going slowly. They know he's a B player. Nekis is holding an angle already. It's here. Oh, hello. FNS cannot do it on this occasion.
As soon as he died, if there was like a one shot on me or something, you just see me like biting my knuckle very nervously because everything I said was completely wrong.
He's won the round. He's won the round. It did seem like it.
Yeah, he shut them down. They were stuck behind the choke point.
He probably didn't have to be frontside E-box after he got the kill. Yeah. But at the same time, it looked like he had a really good fight on the next guy who came out. So, surprisingly, Cloud9 lost that round.
indeed.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Yeah, and this is going to be cool to see because after watching Complexity and Optic, I think for both Complexity and Optic, there was some inconsistencies in their general approach and some of the executions and stuff. But obviously Cloud9, I think they're going to be able to and Luminosity as well. They're going to show us two more consistent styles where they've worked out what they're doing. They have everything is going to be on the same page.
Yeah, they're probably both better at train.
So you got two more stable teams. So this will be interesting to watch. And we'll have a quick trade there. And this is cool because so what you can see Luminosity doing here, if you want to run anything into the A site, you actually have to pressure generally. You have to pressure pop. Like it's a little bit like a tiny banana, if you think of it like that way. From Inferno, right? Yeah. Like you need to sort of pressure it and try to find out what's there.
You are a tiny banana.
Because you don't want to find out later on that like on banana there's a CT push super deep and can flank you when you go A. You don't want to find out on pop that you can get flanked super quickly or that someone can basically cut off your split from alley and NT main or something like that. Like it's a position which you have to check and you can't execute before you really check it because you have to clear it first. Because otherwise it staggers your split. So it is a very critical position. So Luminosity just dealt with that and now they're deciding to sort of abandon it. And this is the problem now. CT's holding in that position.
Yeah, I gotta think about it forever. He's on their mind.
It's the tiny banana, guys.
My name's Dan, but you can call me Tiny Banana.
Come on.
That is a massive headshot from PKL, securing the IV position, which makes the retake considerably more difficult. How much will Cloud9 invest into this figuratively and literally? Maybe that'll be the last frag, maybe not, because Automatic has gone too far. He's in too deep as the song goes. No smoke for IV, but he'll continue to push and maybe gets an AWP out of this. Does PKL try to get it back?
He has a smoke.
Oh, he's got a smoke. Does someone tell him he's got a smoke? You got a smoke, bro.
Smoke.
He's got no kit. He's got no kit.
Oh, never mind.
He's got no kit. And also, the lineup on train is very, very easy. Training is one of the easier... Train on A, one of the easier bomb sites to kill someone who's diffusing in the smoke when it's planted on the side of the train.
Oh, I mean, I figured he would just smoke. Like, throw it a little bit closer to Ivy.
Yeah, but
that's
if he pushes...
That's how you obscure the vision.
Yeah, he's still got to commit to the smoke, however, with the amount of time that had elapsed.
That's true.
Elapsed. Good word. Next time I have an eco round, James, I want you to use that eco round to explain what you're getting at.
Shut up, Dan.
I don't understand what you're trying to get at. So
I'm not going there.
You done?
I'm already
done.
I'm too triggered. I'm not going to go further. You can enjoy all the triggering you two plebs have done today. We will go no further with this. So was that trade worth it? We will soon find out. Surely they were not expecting so many people towards B so early. Luminosity now making a play towards Pop Dog Rush with 2 frags. Just one bullet left. Doesn't kill, but has he done enough for his teammates? What a round from Cloud9.
That was insane, man. CZ frags.
Yeah, CZ's so good. Better than FAMAS. $1,500 cheaper.
A lot cheaper.
You can buy 4 CZs for the cost of a FAMAS. And a flashbang.
10% better at close range. The CZ is 10% better than the FAMAS at close range.
You can buy 4 of them in a flashbang.
Never mind HLTV, we got the real stats here.
I think the FAMAS should probably have like 30 bullets because it needs a small buff just because underrepresented. It costs so much money. So many guns overshadow it for cheap. And it uses bullets faster, so you end up like spraying 25 bullets. It doesn't feel like it has enough to kill multiple people.
Buff the burst.
And make the burst.
That's what I'm saying. Buff the burst. Give it its oh, I almost swore there. Give it its identity back. Almost dropped an F-bomb there. I mean, I think that means I'm impassioned, but I stopped myself.
It's called a FAMAS, Dan.
I don't stop myself, because I'm more impassioned than you.
I want a job, though. Did I buy you?
Does that mean I'm fired?
I want gainful employment, you know.
Well, let's see. You've slept in twice, Launders.
Once a season, though.
Once a season. Oh, that makes it fine, yeah.
Well, no, I didn't mean it makes it fun, but context is very important. I feel like.
There is no context anymore.
It's only rumors.
Everyone's a hypocrite.
It's only speculation.
Oh, no. So Cloud9 have CZ Luminosity, but what if they CZ Cloud9? Then what? That's what we're about to see. Then what? Smoke has been carefully placed by Rush with all the love and care that he can provide. Been lovingly placed upon the ramp. Luminosity prepared to gracefully move in to the bomb sites, and CZ will be good for a single kill, but Rush is very happy. He's very happy. He's 100-100 still. He's a meat popsicle, and just yell left.
He is a meat popsicle.
Yeah, it's a Fifth Element reference.
Oh. So, note how the Molotov went down on the sidewalk. That's really cool because it stops. I think a lot of people who are watching would throw the Molotov towards the bomb to stop the plant. But you could argue that it's more important on the sidewalk because it stops the spread of players moving through the bomb site to do more damage than a bomb plant might do.
Especially Luminosity, because they always like run all the way up top and try to wrap the site. A lot of people are doing that, but...
So it's really important for containment, for damage limitation, and for winning the rounds for Cloud9. So yeah, especially in North America, I feel like there's more focus on sidewalk, although it is rising in Europe as well. The multiple man pushes down sidewalk before getting to the bomb plant.
Well, it's Glock's time. Do either of you, when I get my monitor, want to do...
Nope.
Okay.
Sure.
Never find out now. It's an opportunity for you to make money, James. But never mind.
What, by selling your monitor?
No.
Oh,
I'm not going to buy a monitor, then sell it to you.
I'm not making money if you sell it to me. I'm just going to sell your monitor to someone else. Okay, what was it then?
Nah, I don't know. Are you ready for this?
Dan shot down.
So Dan gets a monitor and he makes money. What does that mean? You're on one of those websites.
No,
Are you going to be a cam boy?
I don't think he wanted to
No, I was
resell them.
going to say we should do like a money match fighting game style, and we should like play some DM against each other, 1v1.
1v1.
Was that it?
Yeah.
It's the least exciting.
How's that? That's fun. This Pasha did it against all the fights. Everyone loved it. Why wouldn't they love it for James versus Dan?
It's in one of their Twitter bios still.
Yeah. Is it actually? That's really cool.
Yeah, they're like really good friends. Pretty cute.
Yeah. That was really funny. That was really good. Anyway, what is not funny for Cloud9 is Luminosity bursting into the A bomb site and ruining Rush. All Rush can do now is watch from the sidelines as his teammates deal with this retake situation. It's not going too well at the moment. 2 orbs left. Automatic starts things off quite well. Skadoodle as well, coming in from Connector, somehow finds a free angle that was not being covered. And now it's a 2v2. They're just absolutely owning them with orbs just one by one. They're falling. They've been picked apart limb by limb. Now it's Cello King to try and do this. Great angle.
Ooh, Skadoodle was not expecting that. The scope's in on a pop dog. Now how does he do this, Skadoodle? Cello trying to bait the shot. Skadoodle just waiting for him to make the play to go too wide, but Cello's there. Cello's ready. Some great frags there from Skadoodle, but ultimately Cello all dominates.
Very close. Yeah, it was good. Good round. That was like a 2v3 all ops. Very close. You should unretire. They should pick him up.
Come back like the Undertaker.
Yeah, he should. I think he should resign.
Man, the Undertaker was fighting, or like wrestling when I was in primary school.
Yeah, he should actually retire though. He should just stay retired.
How can he be like in good enough shape still?
He's not. It's terrible.
Oh, okay.
So the comparisons to Skadoodle aren't really there. Skadoodle is the man. Undertaker was the man.
What Scar should do is use this time to like generate so much hype and for them to realize how irreplaceable he is to drive up his asking price as much as possible and then start get a super sick deal.
And just start making YouTube videos or something. Wait, that's not what we're getting at.
Okay. This is an interesting situation for Luminosity. They don't have a massive amount of utility. So it's in their interest to get PKL as deep as they can on Ali and Yell also, and really to just burst into the A bomb site with the split. The only issue is Pop Dog. There's a 2-man setup there for Cloud9. That's probably where they win this round, is based off how well those 2 players do, because they have the ability to shut down the forward push. Then it's just the Ali players who would then be isolated from the bomb.
This setup is so precarious. This is like the old Cloud9 setup. They're actually pretty aggressive up front. Okay.
Yeah.
But there's so much emphasis on our health player, and he only has his rifle, so Look at this.
Uh-oh.
Look how scared they must be now.
Oh, no.
All back lanes are gone.
Here comes Scott. Save the day. Superhero mode. Oh, he's... Well. There you go. He's dead.
Gotta play Ivy.
This is a really, really big problem. The FAMAS's not going to do the job. This definitely does look like a round where it's like the configuration was very, very unfortunate.
You can pull that off and look smart, but it's only if they don't go Ivy, right? So
yeah,
I feel like a part of the way you can know or feel like you can be comfortable doing that is if you put so much more pressure in the past few rounds on Ivy that you don't think they'll just come up like that in a future round. But this is way too free, way too free. This was old Cloud9's problem, where they would play, Shroud would just play back six just against it. He would throw that flash you were saying was like the discount flash against off the train for Ivy, and then he would just peek it by himself or whatever. Ultra passive every round. It's really bad. It was like their big problem before.
Cloud9 broke.
Why do you think we're seeing it again?
I don't know why teams do it. I think maybe you do it because you're playing too many teams that aren't using Ivy against you. But even if they don't play Ivy against you, if you push Ivy when they're not there, it's so much info. There's like so many reasons to play Ivy even if they're not fighting it. To go down Ivy, to hold it.
Nice. Well, it's 5v4. I'm going to write a note to myself real quick.
Haiku form, I dare you. Let's see what Cloud9 can do. Cloud9 new.
Cloud9 new.
Looking kinda broku.
I love how non-committal that was. Cloud9 new.
Looking kinda broku. I tried to do an impression of you on my stream yesterday, I can't, but I messed it up totally bad.
Me?
Yeah, because it was something, no, it was not impression because it was something you said to me, but then I tried to do it in your voice. Like, Oi, Launders, or something. That's really bad.
That's funny. 5 rounds apiece. See what the money looks like for Cloud9. Money sucks. There's another eco round for them, it seems. Some more money will be spent at Deagle, the Deserty Eagle, for Skadonglers. See what can be offered. Ooh. It's a quick one for Skadoodle. And that's an AK to be collected, unless they can protect it. Oh, I like the teamwork. The Molotov 3-man kill. Molotov towards E-Box, Orp holding the angle on the other side. Yeah. And is the main player as well. So they'll be cleaned out, and FNS will be the last goat to be sacrificed. They will look for him and they will cut off his head.
I honestly feel like Luminosity are a team where, because of the results, you might be fooled into thinking that they're not very good. Because I feel like... Was it you, Londers, that said they're basically an NRG? Was that? No. That may have been Sean when he was here, Sean Gez. Just the players that they have is just pretty analogous, like comparable to the tool set that NRG has. And with Luminosity, it's just been a general consistency issue. And I think there is a time when they'll have their moments. Train is a huge go-to map and always has been for them. Bish bash. So it's good to see them running their basics and having some success here. Cloud9, the double ops will come out again. And let's see how the opening goes. Both teams yell straight into Olaf. Ooh, he gets the tag onto automatic, straight up onto the train. Spots Tarek, boosted up, tries to take a fadeaway shot. Won't connect. Oh, forcing the issue is Rush. And he will not be happy. Oh my god, again. They are doing so well splitting the bomb site. Automatic weak, finesse on the rotation.
Beat. Can FNS stop it? No, but he can take one in the face. Leaving automatic, moving in from the B bomb site. Scopes early, in case you wanted to head on somewhere else. Always good to scope early. Like if you're heading towards Palace on Mirage, don't walk to the end of Palace and then right click, because you'll almost always be heard by a CT playing in shadow position. So you scope any entrance to Palace and walk all the way in while scoped, therefore not revealing your position, your intentions, therefore having no jungle player with a warning, so on and so forth. You see Fallen do it more than anybody else. So watch you some Fallen demos. Learn. Be a learned man or woman.
James. So, James, as our resident FGC expert, do you think about certain concepts in the FGC when you think about Counter-Strike, like how I guess you would say option coverage for how they help or dealt with E-Box?
You mean option selects?
Option select?
No, I think more of poker. I don't really think of FGC, but I apply like things I learned in poker and the way poker makes you think. You can really apply to any decision-making thing in life in general, really. I mean, on the most basic level, what are their expectations of me? What are my expectations of them? How will they play against my expectations of them? And what can I expect from that, basically? Which is similar to that, so...
I think a lot of Counter-Strike players want to be really good poker players.
Yeah, there was a massive trend during the poker boom where all the elites professionals from all games, Quake, CS, StarCraft, like all of them, they all became like actually very, very good poker players, and a lot of them made their millions and are still doing so to this day. So Evil's Mana can get back in here with the CZ. You never know. Does get a quick burst. The bomb needs to go down still, and the rotation is in from the T's to get the bomb planted on A. There is a chance here, but maybe now it's all but gone. Skadul is really going to be locked down if he tries to go through Z connector. So even if he gets the kill on upper there, it's very problematic for him. And I actually do think poker has by far the most and best lessons that's of anything that's not CS, for CS, and as James says, like for life. But like I think expected value is a really big one, which is not even it's not a poker. It's just obviously it's a thing in poker, but generally expected value is a mathematical thing for everything, you know. So and that thinking in that mode is that can change everything when it comes to analysis, because once you apply the idea of expected value, all you then have to do is be able to quantify all of the things at play and the things that are meaningful, and then you can figure out what the most sort of positive expected value situations are. Because it also the only issue with it is that we don't have the tools to get the data of percentages. We don't have the percentages like you would in poker. That's the only thing we're really missing. So you have to do a lot of guesswork, but
got to talk to Joris.
But the principle is still the same, I think, which is very useful.
Working in commercial real estate with businesses and playing poker at the same time was insanely valuable to me. In terms of, like, you know, when you're trying to sell an office or something, just reading pure body language from people. Because I was a live poker player, I'm not an online type of guy. So tells are quite important to me in body language and presence and so on. So that was invaluable.
I listened to this amazing podcast once, which was very valuable. It's about poker. I think it's called the Eightfold Path to Poker Enlightenment. And it was a player that was a very, very good professional that had become a Buddhist and learned all like the Buddhist teachings. And then he basically told, the podcast was about how he applied all the Buddhist teachings directly to being a very, very good poker player, which was absolutely fascinating because there's a lot of really important concepts there for performance in general, which is directly applicable to this. I learned a huge amount from it. It's very good. I might have to find that again. Get that out there.
One of the players spilled water on their mousepad.
All right.
Hence that technical pause.
Oh my god.
Nice, the classic.
That's actually a huge problem.
Mousepad was replaced and we're good to go. I've got like 5 or 6 mousepads now, and I still have 2 in the post from Japan. There's artisan mousepads.
Oh, I need to get one of those. I desperately want to.
Sean is using one of mine. Oh, he's gone past the first player. That is an absolute disaster for Cloud9. Just like water on a mousepad. But maybe this will be more costly because there are only 2 rounds remaining in this half. Skadoodle, FNS, and Tarek still exist. And you can see there's a full rotation now into the A site. Cloud9 going to bank on Luminosity committing to this site. But can Tarek do anything about this? No. If Skadoodle can get around the bomb train, then maybe something can be done. He has an off angle with E-Box at the moment, and maybe there'll be no kills here for Cloud9. FNS the last man standing, and you wonder if Luminosity do it deliberately because he single-handedly killed the Brazilian scene.
Oh man, he's got to make that into a shirt or something.
It is,
I don't agree with the whole meme, but like, it's a meme now, so just make some money. Like,
yeah, true. That's true. Actually, that is actually quite true. In some regards, it is hilarious. It's the irony of all of it is the most hilarious thing about it, of course. But the funny thing is that some people might not realize that because they might not have the reference point of knowing Finesse or his character. So it's really funny. Anyway, Yell has been an absolute monster. He's been devouring people with this AWP, being quite reliable at getting some of the picks and openings and creating space for his team. And one of the things about the AWP from these picking positions is you may be thinking, oh, you know, it's hard to find an angle to get a pick, but that also means that those are spaces the CTs aren't moving. So that means that your team can potentially move into those spaces. So that is somewhat of the power of having an AWP, and also somewhat of the power of being in the CT position, knowing that your opponent doesn't have an AWP. So as you can then move into more free positions. So Luminosity closing in on a very good half. Can they close it out as to the 10-5? Had quite a lot of success in Ali, but now Skadoodle's there, so might be tough. Looks like they want to split again. We're seeing a similar setup here, Launders, as to the one that you really... Well, this is a setup you didn't like. Right?
well, they have a... No, Skadoodle opping IP.
Oh, right, okay. You're saying like leaving the rifler there alone, basically,
yeah. An opper there alone is much better, yeah.
Notes how the T's are rotating, but walking because they have time on the clock. No need to run and give the game away. Skadoodle will get tagged through the wall, but he has control for the time being. Just in case they push through the molly. A shot through the smoke, but now he will rotate. They can let their back trains go to Luminosity. There's 17 seconds with them to plant the bomb with. As you go for the re-peek now, well, it's Yell and Showtime, 2-on-2, 8 seconds to plant the bomb, automatic. Oh, that's nice. You might expect him to hide there and play the clock, so he takes him by surprise, and Yell now can't do anything about it. Just try and pad the stats. Oh, halfway through the flick. Halfway through the flick.
Wow, you almost never see that. That's so crazy.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's insane. Who knows where that flick would have ended. That has to feel super weird for him as well. To have the game freeze halfway through a flick is just weird. I can imagine him, like, his body just like being confused. It's like when you get on an elevator. What are those things called? Those stairs that go up in America?
Escalator?
An escalator, but it's not moving, but your brain still thinks it should move.
Oh.
So you step on it and you just like your body does some weird thing. Have you ever had that?
Yes.
It's very, very bizarre. It's like your brain knows it's not working, but your brain still thinks it's working. C'est bizarre.
It's Luminosity. If they win this fight on Ali, that's the problem. The bomb is there. Ooh, another smoke. That's not going to do anything. They'll run straight past that. The flash is good. Cello with one. Ooh, Cello. Very precise. Doing a very good damage here. It's going to go down to the last man at both sides. 2v2 around the bomb site. Neckkiss, very precise. Now it's up to Skadoodle. Good pop from him. Neckkiss will reposition, reset the situation. Skadoodle has no idea. He's going to go for the wide flick. Catches him, but it's Neckkiss with the headshot. Good precision from the Luminosity players, and they'll pick up a very important pistol to really exercise a great lead potentially. Like the 13-6 is available to them now. Let's see if they can get there. I still think I'm going to go P2K for a while. I feel like it deserves.
Talk is cheap, Dan. Talk is
deserves
cheap.
a go.
Ladies and gentlemen, talk is cheap. That's what Bruce Buffer said when Tito Ortiz and Chuck Liddell had their first fight. It was brilliant.
Really? He said that in the intro?
Ladies and gentlemen, talk is cheap. It was awesome.
Oh, wow.
He's
He's
like
awesome. Rarely deviates from his script. I didn't know he said that. I've seen that. I watched that fight. I watched UFC back then. That was like around the 100 mark.
Oh, tight. That was awesome. Chuck Liddell throwing shots. Best thing ever.
There's Bruce Buffer told a story, I think. I don't know if it was on Joe Rogan or not, about how he like put a UFC fighter in a headlock in an elevator once. Like got into a real fight with him. because he was like acting out and was like a younger fighter.
Bruce Buffer is like
Oh my God.
super nice.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
I think his younger brother is a commentator as well.
Keep it in family.
Yeah. It's Golden Voice.
So far, so good for Luminosity. In the second half, round number 17. Scududo making a gamble push. Will he see Nekez? Maybe the barrel of the gun? Creep from Nekez will be enough, and this push is being neutralized by Cloud9. 1 versus 4. Ooh, damage to be done by FNS. Doing his best. Awkward, but he will ultimately be put to rest.
So what do you make of this, Lornas? Obviously, the first half Cloud9 struggled. Do you think it's down to anything in particular?
I think they looked somewhat sharp. I only noticed like one huge flaw in one setup that I feel like that should have changed. But a lot of the rounds outside, it was like, how did Luminosity win? Right? Like Tarek got the 2 kills on them coming out of Econ, and then Nekez and Cello both get 2 kills instantly. That was a lot of those rounds. And so the trade game seemed a little weird. Maybe they could have readjusted better, more safely. But I feel like Cloud9 at some point would never let that happen, even if they played like that. So,
Right.
You know, there was that whole thing about them like super confident after the major, but it's been a long time since then. So maybe they're not feeling like that, but they're still playing like it.
Well, this round is over. 12-6, Luminosity in a lovely position. Big leads. AK's come out now. And I do wonder if Luminosity will do anything funky. They got 2 FAMAS. You know, we're going to see an inner push. You know, this is one of those rounds where you can kind of do that because you have enough money that you can kind of take a hit. You can lose this round and still buy again, so you can take a risk. Because if you get the win against Cloud9 here, you're in a really solid spot. 13 rounds. They need to save 1 before they can buy again. Get to 14 rounds. Like it starts to really snowball out of control. So this round is worth a huge degree. Yell, close position, whips the shots. Oh, his support has gone. He is now without support. His crutches are gone.
He is supportless. That one goes automatic. So here is some response from Luminosity taking main, but they've used a lot of smoke grenades. Had to smoke Ivy twice, so they may not be able to hold as long as they otherwise would have liked. 4 on 4. And Showtime will be left in the B bomb site on his own, on his lonesome. Yell with the confidence to hold this angle. And Luminosity lie in wait. And there is another smoke. That's fairly good timing. Cloud9, though, not shy of a late round. It has been a slow train on the first half, and it may continue in the second. Nice grenades. Yell holding the angle, and that will give him the kill. Now he can focus elsewhere. Push being attempted by Cloud9, but these smokes are brutal, and that will be absolutely free for Luminosity. Great response, great take of main, and to the victor, the spoils.
Yeah, this is really rough. It's going to be a few pistols. They could decide to get some Kevlars, and they can that'll be fine. And you can see automatic actually buy down to 1350. That's quite a deep purchase there, but whatever. It will be $2,900. I think the 4th loss in a row. So problems. Showtime. Getting in there with the aggression support from Yell. Good start against the pistols. Really good to whittle them down before they get anywhere. And they'll lose 2 players for the effort, but that's going to be completely fine. Orb collected by automatic is not fine, however. Maybe he's going to cause some problems here. He is a dab hand. Wait, hang on. Why is Nekez on the T side?
It's a bug. It'll be fixed in the next version. Because one player disconnected, it sometimes puts a player on the wrong side. But the next version of the HUD is on the way. It's going through the final checks at the moment. Automatic. It is a 1 versus 2 in favor of Luminosity right now, for those of you who are confused. Automatic is the 1. Now he's the none.
I like this HUD a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, we made it.
I know. I know. I just said, I just said, I do like it a lot. Like, we could have made it. I could not like it, I guess. But
did you have input on the HUD? Didn't you have input on the HUD?
That was his input.
from time to time, yeah. But
Came through,
He was
was
busy
like-
playing games at home.
Yeah.
but generally, like, I really like how it's come out. You know, like, it's been quite a long process. But I really like where it is now. Aesthetically,
The HUD came out and was accepted by the community for what it was. Brilliant.
what?
Making this up. I'm
what?
ahead of my time.
I'm not in the state to be trifled with, James.
I need to hang out with aliens. I'm a beast.
I do like the phrase, you know, I am not to be trifled with. Because I do associate trifle with desserts. So
It's a fantastic phrase.
yeah, why are you bringing desserts into this? It seems to sort of soften the message.
Girls love hearing that.
Yeah. Nice pick from me up. Forward position there with the AWP. Again, oh my god. It always happens. He's going to get the headshot through the ceiling. Unreal stuff. Cloud9 in desperation. Luminosity about to hit the 15th round as Skadoodle's the last man standing. He's just going to push his way forwards. Try something fantabulous. It's fantabulous the word, it can't be.
Fantabulous is a thing.
It's like exploderized.
Fantabulous is definitely a thing.
Like you know what it is.
It's fantastic and fabulous. It's fantabulous.
It sounds like something you'd say in "I'd love you, man."
Yeah.
Oh, how does Skadoodle get away with that shot? I do not understand.
Slap it a base, man.
Yeah.
Does he keep going? 1 versus 3. Cello in T-spawn. Skadoodle without the bomb. Without anything else.
Sorry. Cloud9 are really seem like they're in real trouble, man.
Yep.
Like I know, you know, Tim's talked about like going back to school. Like Skadoodle's like, is he still on the team? And I think that can also affect, you know, how present they feel right now too.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
because they all can kind of think about what they might. I don't know. And the speculation maybe doesn't need to happen, but
But they've been pretty good in a lot of their games.
yeah,
That we've seen.
that's true. But they also lost to they lost the game to United yesterday.
United did play very well in their defense.
No, for sure. But I think they, you know, sometimes you wouldn't be able to tell if a team's playing well, if the other team's playing amazing.
How old is Scar?
I don't know.
Don't know.
If I had to guess, like
23, 22.
that's what I would guess. Yeah. Let me see. I mean, I hope no one quits or moves. That would be a huge hole in the North American scene, like insane.
I can't see ECS go without Skadoodle.
1 minute mark for Cloud9 against match point. 1 flashbang. Oh, Neck is good for the 2-man, and Cello's taken out a 3rd. So this may be a brief round, and indeed it will be. 16-6 for Luminosity. I don't think anybody expected that one, but I'm sure the Brazilians will be happy. That's 1 over FNS.